Hey everybody, it's Jerry at the Fledge. Welcome to another show of Every Damn Day. And today I've got somebody really special for you all, really special for me on the show. Dr. Rashed Karkain is with us all the way from Dubai. So first of all, what time is it in Dubai,
Uh,
Doctor?
Hi, Jerry. How are you? It's 10 p.m.
10 p.m. So
Right.
we're 8 hours away. And do you mind if I call you Rashid? Is that
That's
okay?
better. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. So Rashid and I, we go a long way back. I think we met in 2002. We were working on a project together in Dubai that had to do with uh, environmental protection type of work. And now we're 20 years later. Both of us are in different spots in the world, and well, at least I am. You're in the same spot, the Dubai, which is beautiful. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and about your project that you're working on now?
Sure. Jerry, it's nice to be here with you and to catch up. Absolutely right. It's been so long years. And since then, um, I've been trying to educate myself a lot more onto the responsibilities that I have as an individual to our Mother Earth, to the society, to our countries, to the world, which is a small global village. And that had driven me based on my education, my experience, the work, friends like who that I met. It all put up together and directed me towards the environmental protection, which is solely and mainly for the sake of the public health protection and for us and of course for the generations to come. And I started educating further myself, academically, experience, to see what is it that I can do and I can give back and I can become a better person myself from that perspective, and to make sure that I can benefit others. So dig a lot into the environmental issues, environmental protection, and it took me all the way to the bigger horizon, which is the sustainable development. And sustainable development, part of that is the environment. And started doing a lot of conference participations, and then I kept thinking of how can I expand it more and a faster pace and a bigger horizon. So I ended up, again, to cut the story short and to minimize the processes, ended up having an institute, which is the Sustainable Development Institute. And in this institute, um, we do a lot of environmental and sustainable development, knowledge transfer, courses, so workshops, programs, and so on. And believe it or not, we've had a variety of very diverse participants. We have had school students, we have had the private sector sending their employees, we have had government employees from not just UAE or Dubai, even the whole region in this area from Middle East, and we have had university professors coming to our events and our programs, our lectures. Um, so I'm happy, so happy so far. Still a long way to go, a very long way to go. Is that summarizing? You want me
Yeah,
to expand it a
it's
little bit
I've got
more?
I
Yeah.
have a million things I want to talk to you about
All right.
now,
Yeah. Okay.
as you say that. So first of all, let's make sure we're all on the same page about what you mean by development. Are you talking about the big buildings, and that type of development, like construction or development of a city, or all of these things?
All of it. When we talk
Yeah.
about sustainable development, um, it basically refers back to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And there are 17 goals at United Nations level that the member states, member countries, they are not obliged to, they are voluntarily supposed to contribute and achieve. the objectives of those goals. Now, there's a lot of environmental climate change, the consumption, how we contribute and to the consumption of the food and the waste generation. There is a lot about the gender equality. There is a lot about the health, the education, medical health services. So it is very diverse. And when we talk about the sustainable, to be sustainable is that to make sure that you improve something, but that should not destroy something else. If I want to give a very quick example, you want to start having uh, an institute, for example. Yeah, you want to teach others, youth, and give them some education. That is very good, but if it's very expensive, it's not sustainable.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So it should not go, whatever you're doing to improve anything shouldn't go adversely, negatively affect something else. So all these 17 goals of United Nations, they must all be improved at the same time in parallel.
Okay. So the one of the reasons I was asking is so I started coming to Dubai and met you like I said in 2002, 2003 and I stopped coming to Dubai in 2014, which would have been probably one of the last times that I had seen you face to face. And in that time, Sheikh Zayed Road, well, we had Burj Khalifa was built, and we had, I mean, just so many buildings in the marina. And I remember one time you took me out, way out, it seemed, into the desert, and they were clearing sand. And there needed to be, you were teaching me a process, and there needed to be a permit to clear the sand and all of that. But even with clearing the sand and taking it into the construction sites in the what seemed like the center of the city at that time, they were using that for construction and then basically clearing the land for where I think the Burj Khalifa ultimately ended up. And it was so interesting to me that, that there was such a, I don't know, such a process for just moving sand and all of that development. I mean, do you feel like you're like in the best place in the world to learn about sustainable development?
Um, I am in one of the best places in the world, for sure. Um, uh, I can say that with all the confidence, having traveled around so much, having done my high school in US, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and having done my bachelor degrees in Tampa, Florida, and then I traveled a lot to other countries. So yeah, it is Dubai, UAE is it is in fact indeed one of the best places. And I think I'm just lucky to be in the generation that not only observed the changes that UAE went through, but I had an opportunity to be a very small part of that change as well from environmental perspective.
Yeah. So when we prepped, we didn't talk about like American politics, and you remember when I was coming there, George Bush was the president, and we none of us liked him. I didn't like him. You didn't like him. I mean, everyone couldn't believe that we had this idiot for a president. Sorry if you don't mind me saying that. And now today, look what we have, and how we wish for those days again. Are you following much of U.S. politics, and in particular the racial equality and the women's rights that are particularly important to us right now? And I don't even want to talk about us thinking COVID-19 is a hoax.
Yeah. I am following bits of different things, not everything and fully. There are things that are to my interest which fit within my goals.
Yeah.
The gender equality is one of the major focuses of the Sustainable Development Goals. Um, the diversity, the interracial or different ethnic groups, diversity of people, human equality is major part of the Sustainable Development Goals. So these are the things that I'm very thoroughly put them under the magnifying glass, and yeah, I see how things are not happening right in US. And I can give you a good example of UAE. Actually, is huge focus on the diversity, specifically in the gender
Hmm.
equality. We have a big portion of the women right now at very highly leadership positions, ministers, and then all can cascade it down. So what's
Yeah.
happening in US? I'm following up. It's unfortunate that, as you said, what we thought which is really bad, and now it has gone to the a little bit worse than that. But not everything at all the time goes the way we expect to go, right?
That
Yeah.
is true. That is true. So, I was telling you before the show that you might not know this, but throughout my life, I've had some really great mentors, and I've had some people that have taught me some really good lessons. And you and I, we would go to. I would come to Dubai, and we would go out to dinner. Always an all-you-can-eat seafood that
Ah,
probably
no,
cost, right, 120 dirhams for all-you-can-eat seafood. I
I
was
have
always
tons
get
of
the.
photos. Yeah.
I would do the 180 because it was all you could drink alcohol with it too, and then you would drive me home, right? Um, so, but in those nights and in those, you taught me so many things. I came to the Middle East shortly after 9/11, where there was an uproar in the United States about, so many discriminatory things against people in the Middle East. But, you were a man who always loved his wife, who always loved his children, who worked hard to make the world better, who cared about humanity, who told me such sad stories that I don't know if you'd ever want me to reference them or not. But these, you know, I saw humanity in you, and I hope that you saw humanity in me, and it made me, less. I credit, I'm a big supporter of diversity here in the States. I'm really fighting police brutality against people of color. I'm a Black Lives Matter advocate, and you brought me to this place in some way. You taught me that it didn't matter. We all love our children. We all, we have the same goals, and things happen to us and they might knock us off tilt. But did you know that you had such an influence when you were letting me drink all that gin?
I'm touched by. I mean, I know that I had to drive you back home every night. You had the seafood, but
I couldn't trust the taxis. They would take me to Jumeirah and back.
no, I'm very touched. I mean, it's nice. I hope that's true, but I didn't know that. No.
Yeah. Oh, it's
I
definitely.
believe that you're doing the right things. The right thing to do is the right thing that should be done. So, yeah. But
Yeah.
thanks for all those nice, you know, words that you,
Well,
yeah.
and thank you for being that influence in my life. Um, the so the show's called Every Damn Day, and part of it is, what do people do every day that pushes their needle forward, that makes sure that they're focused on their mission, or make sure that they're going to get to whatever objective they're trying to get to. What is something you do every damn day?
Damn. Yeah. Um, every damn day. I, first thing is I try to keep the smile in the face.
Oh, nice.
Um, yeah, and I keep reminding this and the people around me that this makes a lot difference on getting you to your goals. Every damn day, what I've been doing for past 20, 30 years is that I've been playing guitar. But what I've been recently been focusing to do every damn day, I'm really focusing to how can I better formulate a program that I can contribute to developing environmental and sustainability leadership. I need to make sure that I help the youth that they become an environmental and sustainability leaders. And this is something I really believe globally it's lacking. You don't hear much about having an environmental leader. You might hear an environmental manager. You might hear that somebody is a sustainability manager. But as a leader, this is what I'm really planning, working, formulating, writing, preparing. I do a lot of, again, training and lectures. And every damn day, I'm trying to fine tune this. And hopefully, yeah, I'm planning to have write a book about it. Actually,
That,
already
oh, awesome. That, all right. So, like everything else that you're saying, I told you we were not going to ever get done on time here. I have so many questions. So, first of all, I, you used to make a lot of music videos. Have
yeah.
you made any lately?
Yeah, yeah. I made
You
one
have?
for Corona.
Oh, you did.
Yeah,
How am I missing these?
it's on my Instagram.
Oh, Instagram. I gotta
Yeah,
find that.
it's very
See, I'm
short,
not a.
about 20, 30 seconds.
All
It's
right, I
getting
gotta
to,
come find it.
yeah, yeah,
I'm definitely gonna find it. I'm definitely gonna share your Instagram account too. Get
yeah.
you
And
followers.
in fact, nowadays, I'm doing a lot of live recording and putting it up on Instagram. And my son has joined me.
I was
Uh,
gonna say I've seen your son in your
yeah,
videos. So
Sami, he actually plays a lot better than I do guitar. He plays piano as well and drums. Yeah, so we here you can see the background. We're jamming
yeah, I
here.
can. I was wondering if you were even gonna show up with a guitar on your lap uh,
There's one
today.
right
I'm
here.
sure there's one within reach.
There's one right here.
It's whenever you wish, whenever you want to. Um, so Sammy must have been really small, like when I would come to your house for a barbecue.
He was
Yeah,
a year and almost 2 year, year and a half, 2 years
yeah,
old. Yeah,
yeah. So
that was 2004.
yeah, it's amazing. Um, the your passion, your smile. What you said about your smile. You always had a smile. The first day I met you, you were laughing the entire meeting, and I'm not gonna tell everybody why, but it was at the expense of me and my colleague. um, but happiness. I am constantly trying to convince people around America that happiness is the key. It is the measure that we shouldn't be measuring jobs and economic development and things like that as the only way we think we're successful. Are people smiling? Are they happy? Are they getting along? Are they, I mean, so many things come out of happiness.
Yeah.
You
I can
guys
talk a
had,
little bit about that. I can talk
yes,
a little bit about
please.
happiness. And these are the things actually we focus a lot in our institute, and my behavior and in my discussions. So every time the happiness issue comes up, I like to talk about it. Um, Let me talk about the wrong perception of happiness. The wrong perception of happiness is that um, when you try to find someone and you give them a piece of bread or a food, the question is that when you do that, who is the happy person here? Is it you or is it the person who you are giving that a sandwich to? Okay,
Yeah,
because most of the time we are doing this for ourselves. Most of the time I'm driving in a heat of the Dubai's 45 degrees temperature, and I stop by at the red light and I see the guys cleaning up, and I give bottle of water to make myself happy. And this has to change, because if the focus is to make myself happy, it's going to be very short term, and then I might be happy for the next 6 months, right? The next thing is that message clear here? Yeah,
Yeah,
I hope.
yeah, yeah.
The next thing about happiness is that there are a lot of different criterias, right? I may be eating a sandwich per day and I'm happy, and you may be eating whole buffet every day and you're not happy. Happiness is the safety, is the security, is the respect that you have in your society, is the respect and the value that you have at your work environment. That's very important because if that respect is not there, you cannot give anything back to your work environment. It's the if you're living in a war zone in a safe area, it affects your happiness level. If you have a good or you don't have a good access to the healthcare, the education, if that's affordable to you and to your family. So there is a variety of the necessities that come into the matrix of the evaluation of the happiness.
Amazing. I didn't expect that level of response, and thank you so much for. This is exactly what I was talking about. You know, sitting at those dinners, you
Yeah.
always had something to give to me, and you just gave a good gift to my audience there too. So the other thing though is, I really, really, really expected you to play the guitar. And then Adi is out in the crowd. I think he's your friend from Dubai, from what I could tell from LinkedIn
Adi,
earlier.
he is my
Um,
university advisor. Is Professor Adi?
oh, well, he's telling you that
Yeah,
you
I don't
must
see the
play the
name.
guitar.
Oh, okay. I'm glad. I don't see the name,
Um,
but I'm glad he's here. Yeah,
and
he's
then
my mentor. Adi's my
uh,
mentor.
maybe he's your mentor. So
Yeah.
you've got to play a little song for him, but we'll get to that in a second.
Okay, let me know whenever you're ready.
And then also Nima Gorkin or
Nemo is my
Gorkin
brother.
um, is saying greetings from the United States.
Yeah, he's in Virginia. He's not too far from you.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
not too far. Well,
Yeah.
welcome everybody. So before we get to the guitar playing, though, yesterday I had a young man on the show who has the opportunity to ask the next guest the question, and you're the next guest. And what he would like to ask you is what, from either from the uh, perspective of Dubai or your knowledge, from your perspective, what is the biggest issue, environmental impact issue that you see, and what can we do about it? What are you doing about it? What can we do?
It's our behavior. Okay. I'll give you an example. Normally, I have the photos to show you, but this is my question. Um, See those guys, the hunters, that they go hunting,
Mm,
and then they take the animal head as a trophy, and then they hang, or they use it as a decoration.
yes.
Okay, the question is that a good thing to do or not? I'll ask you and everyone else who's in the audience and everyone else who will listen to us later on. Is that okay to hunt animals and put their head as a decoration in their, wherever?
To me, I would say no.
No. Okay. So then my next question is that is it okay to wear the leather jackets, leather clothes, leather shoes? Okay.
And to me, again, I've tried to minimize, but yeah,
Let me tell you what happens most of the time. When I ask the first question, everyone says no, it's not fine. And when I ask the second question, half of the audience goes silent.
yeah,
Behavior, human behavior. I am I'm not yet a vegetarian or vegan, but I can tell you that the meat industry has a major contribution to the climate change that we are facing because deforestation and the Amazon,
yeah,
it's known as the earth lung, and the Brazil is supplying half of the earth meat. So our behavior is contributing to the destruction, if I may use the word, of our Mother Earth.
yeah,
And there's a lot that we need to work on our behavior. We've been talking so much about innovations, environmental innovations, technological innovations, artificial intelligence as a solution to our problems. They have been talking so little about the sources of our problems and rather how we can minimize and prevent it. So these are the things that I would like, and that's why I said I'm focusing on environmental and sustainability leadership.
Yeah. I love that answer, and Ahmad Gouda does as well. So that was a very good answer. But it made me laugh because I'm pretty sure you said that Bashir and I had artificial intelligence. I got to get Bashir on the show.
Uh,
Um, so this kid will be really happy that you said that because he said the number one thing he's working on is being a vegan. So that's good news. So now today or tomorrow I have on the show. Her name is Stacy Romero, and she is a baker who lives in Lansing, Michigan here, but she is from the UK. She's from Liverpool. And so
okay.
you have the opportunity to ask her a question.
Ah, okay, that's easy. Liverpool,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but she lives in the USA, right?
She lives in the U.S., but she's
Okay.
British, so she's a soccer fan and understands world travel and
Very
all of
good.
that.
Well, I have a question to ask, but it's gonna be very difficult for me to move my tongue because you guys don't say football, you say soccer, and then soccer. If you don't say it right, it could,
I remember you were full of these jokes all the time, too.
So
I,
if I want to tell Stacey, I would ask her since she's from Liverpool. In Liverpool, they have Mo Salah, Mohammed Salah. Mo Salah is one of the recently exposed soccer player, and he's Egyptian. I would like to know if Liverpool is her favorite soccer team, yeah, football team, and what she thinks about having Mo Salah, who's from Egypt, playing in that team.
okay. So then I get to ask you this same question, so it kind of bounces back at you. But
Go
I'll
ahead.
rephrase it, I guess, a little bit. Who's your favorite football team? Who's your favorite player, and why?
Okay. My favorite football team is Brazil. And what happened is that years ago, when my kids were a little bit younger and we were watching football or soccer games, I always tried to go to the team which is against their team. I have two boys, I have three boys, but at that time, Sami and Majid. So to make the gathering entertaining, they would choose one team, and I would always choose the other team. So it was this game that I think Germany and Brazil they were playing, and they were to the German team because of my brother Mahmoud. He influenced them. So I said, well, since you guys are German, for the Brazil. And since that time, I was forced to remain to be a fan of the Brazilian national team. But again, I like Pele, I like Zico. These are the old Brazilian
Oh yeah.
soccer players. Yeah. But my favorite football player is Ronaldo. He's Portuguese. Ronaldo is well known. What I like about him is that he's very good football player, and contributes a lot to humanity, to the poverty. He is a family oriented person, and he does a lot of blood donations, no tattoos on his bodies, small things, but he is very involved in giving back something to the society. So, as a human being, as an athlete, as a sportsman, he is my favorite footballer.
I love that answer. And again, it goes to your character. You're not saying he scored the most goals against, Tottenham or whatever. I don't even know how to pronounce those teams sometimes. It's a great answer. So you've got fans, right? You've got music fans out there. Uh, you going to play a little? I don't know. You
Sure.
got a song? You got a song that's appropriate? And I promise I would not be upset if you said no. We did not discuss this, but I
Well,
know you a little.
I'm not a musician. I can play, Not that I'm good, not that I'm bad. Okay, do you want something in English or Arabic?
Arabic. Arabic.
Arabic, really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can get English all day.
تعالي لي يا عز الناس، تعالي لي يا أغلى الناس، تعالي لي يا عز الناس، تعالي لي يا أغلى الناس، تعالي لي، تعالي لي، تعالي لي، تعالي لي يا عز الناس. أنا مجروح إحساسي، رحت قلبي وإحساسي. أنا مجروح إحساسي، رحت قلبي وإحساسي. ليتك بس تواسي كلمة حب تداوي، ليتك بس تواسي كلمة حب تداويني. تعالي لي، تعالي لي، تعالي لي، تعالي لي عشان. Yeah.
I will clap for everybody watching on YouTube right now. So now I get to check the box that I think you're the first musician that I've had on. I'm gonna have a lot of musicians on, but you're the first, and you're definitely the first to play live. So thank you very much. You want to tell us anything? What you were singing to us?
This is very an old song. We used to play this song. It's not our song, but when I was in a band years ago, I was in a band from 1989 to 1992 in Dubai. So this was one of the songs that we were playing, those days, and I still like it. Still, it's with me. It's a very romantic song, asking his lover that come to me, I'm for you. There is a lot that I'm in pain if you're not with me. So my soul is disturbed without you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a typical '80s song.
yeah. There you go. There you go. Yeah. All
Well,
right.
um, I'll tell you what, my friend. This has been the best. I miss you. I appreciate you dearly. I love you dearly. You did a lot for me, and you've made me a better person from me knowing you. And I hope my crowd sees that as well. So, thanks for coming all this way to be on this every
Sure.
damn day.
I'm glad to be here, part of your show, and hopefully maybe I'll have a chance to come, see you, and then go back to Florida together a little bit.
Yeah,
Bring memories back from the uh, Tampa. Yeah.
yeah. I would love it. So stick around with me while I tell everyone goodbye. Thanks for coming to another episode of Every Damn Day. It airs every damn day at 2 p.m. Coming up on Sunday the 4th, we have another episode of 99 Problems, but a pitch ain't one. Rashed, you should come do that. That's a fun little pitch competition. We'll talk. But thanks again, and out from Lansing, Michigan, out from Dubai, I will see you all tomorrow.